Hi, my name's Dennis King. I'm in my third year serving on the school committee. Currently I serve as the chairperson of the school committee, so kind of one of my main roles is during meetings to make sure the meeting's running properly, everybody gets to express their opinions, make sure we're following all the different procedures that we need to follow. Before that, I meet with the superintendent to set the agenda after talking with the other school committee members, so that can make sure that everybody gets to say in terms of what we're looking at. My liaison assignments are, I am the liaison to Center School PTO, the Chelmsford Boosters Club, the Select Board.
Hi, my name is Donna Newcomb, and I have been on the school committee for a year and a half now. And I was formerly the secretary, and now I am just a committee member. Let's see, my positions here on the school committee, I have several liaison duties. One is for the negotiation for the paraprofessionals and secretaries. I'm also the liaison to the Parker PTO, the South Row PTO, the Chelmsford Friends of Music, the Chelmsford Special Education Parent Advisory Council, the Finance Committee, and the Senior Center.
Hi, my name is Jeffrey Doherty. I'm the newest member of the Chelmsford School Committee. I was appointed August 20th to fulfill the remainder of Al Thomas's term, which will end in April 2020. I am a member. I'm not vice chair or secretary. I'm a member, and as a member, besides participating in meetings, I'm also liaison for the Chelmsford High School PTO and the CHIPS PTO, and I'm the contact person for the Chelmsford Business Association, the Capital Planning Committee, and the Alumni Association of Chelmsford High, of which I am a member.
My name's John Moses. I'm on my fourth year in the school committee in the second term. I'm the vice chairman of the current school committee board. In terms of liaison assignments, I'm the Byham School Association liaison, and I'm also the liaison to the planning board for the general town.
My name is Maria Santos. I've been on the school committee a total of 7 months, and I get to be the secretary of the school committee. School liaison is, we have lots of liaison positions on the school committee, and I get the pleasure of being liaison to McCarthy and to Harrington, the PTOs at those schools. In addition to those two PTOs, I have the development board, the economic development board of the town. I'm liaison to that. And I am also liaison to the wellness committee. I enjoy those things because it keeps me in touch with the community. In addition, I have the ELL PAC. Now that is a PAC that is close to my heart because I'm a second language learner too. English was not my first language, so I know how important it is to be aware of what happens in the school system in terms of English language learners.
I began in the Chelmsford Public Schools as a junior at Merrimack College. I started substitute teaching. Then the following year, in 1975, I student taught at Parker and McCarthy, 9th grade English at Parker and 8th grade English at McCarthy. And then I started full-time in 1976, and for 16 years I taught. 3 years at Parker, and then I transferred to the high school where I taught English for 16 years. So I taught English for 19 years, and I was the Emerson House Dean for 19 years. But beside all of that, I coached, I was involved in activities, we live in the community. I live in the community. My son and daughter both graduated from Chelmsford High School and went through the school system. So I think what I bring is an enthusiasm for the town, for the schools, for the community. I love Chelmsford. It has been so important in my development as a person, not only as a professional and as a teacher, but I believe the values that we have in this town and the values that we, parents and institutions and schools, instill in our students are really important. And I feel that I can work to continue those beliefs and the idea of diligence and especially compassion. And I think we see that a great deal in this town. And I think my experiences, I coached the town league things, I did the drama club, I've done a great deal, and now I'm ready to, I retired 6 years ago. In the last 5 years I've taught at Nashua Community College, so I can bring that to my position, knowing what's expected in the college field and seeing how students are coming out prepared and what college is and what the next level is looking for.
So certainly I think that one of the ways that having had my own children go through the system has given me kind of a top to bottom look at all of the types of services that we offer throughout the district. Now, they're both, one is graduated from college and one is still in college, so it's been quite a few years. But nonetheless, I think that I think that it's given me an opportunity to see how the communities work and how they really, as I said before, in terms of the strengths of the district, really enrich the lives of the students and the families in terms of what they provide on a school-to-school basis. I think my kids received an excellent education. I think that both of them learned that a lot of what you get out of your education is what you put into it. And both have been able to say that to me, as they've gone through college, about the things that they really benefited from through their experience through the public schools and things that they wish they had done differently. I think that, as I said, that they were very well prepared. Both have chosen completely different paths. One is in marine science, and I think that the science program really helped prepare her well. She actually started with a full semester's worth of credits at the beginning of her freshman year. And I think it set her up really, really well for everything that she's been able to experience in her college life. My son, I think that being here in the Chelmsford Public Schools had a very positive impact on him. I think that he experienced it maybe in a little bit different way from my daughter. I think that his life was very enriched by participating in extracurricular activities, and I think that those helped to be able to help him develop the level of self-discipline, loyalty, and commitment that he needed to be able to further his education. And as a teacher, I think that it allows me to be able to see what teachers have to go through on a day-to-day basis. I've been a teacher for over 30 years, and I've seen how education has changed, and I can really appreciate what teachers are expected to do in the classroom today. I think Chelmsford offers a lot of support. I think that it's very, very difficult in the classroom today to be able to offer everything it is that we need to offer in terms of special education, English language learning, social emotional learning, and then just the content of what it is that you have to teach. I will say as one final thing, my son is currently working at Lowell High School now in education and as a paraprofessional. And he's getting a different look at education. And he loves it. And I think that he's going to become a teacher.
Strengths that I bring to the school committee from past experiences. I think loving education and what education does for a person as a whole being is probably the greatest strength I bring to the school committee, because I can take that and I can apply it to anything and keep always the student as the focus.
In terms of strengths that I believe I bring to the school committee, I have a long tenure in government service as an Army reservist, and for me a core value has really been about good governance. So establishing good policy, establishing and really following the rules and the guidelines that are given by the state. As a representative to the people in the town, I believe it's important to get honest and open government.
Yeah, in terms of things outside of our meetings, we do have our liaison assignments, so that involves, meetings, PTO meetings, selectmen meetings. As I said earlier, I've been involved with negotiations for several of the different contracts, and those have been going great, and we've gotten good rapport with the group, but they do take some time, and it could take 2 sessions, 3 sessions, it could take 10 sessions. So those are some hours and some meetings that people probably don't realize that we're working on these things behind the scenes. So there's a lot of things like that are going on. Meeting with the superintendent, planning agendas and that type of thing. I know other committee members will go in, and if they have some issues, they'll go in and talk with them. So I'd say we're all in here a couple times a week, even when we're not meeting. So
being on a school committee does take quite a bit of work. I had participated in many things in the town during my children's school years. I've been president of PTOs, been on the council of schools, many of those things. Now that might take you out 1 or 2 nights in a month, maybe 3 or 4 nights in a month if you're going to participate also in the activities of those PTOs. When it comes to school committee, you're never off duty, in the sense that I think it's really important to be listening to what people are saying, to be aware of how things are changing in the town, how things are remaining the same in the town, to be aware of not only what's going on in the school, but also in the politics and in the economics of the town. So it keeps you aware of that. In addition, it's very important to attend all of those liaison functions, to really take it seriously. If you don't, then you've closed yourself off from the community that you're going to serve. The student is number one. So you've got to always be reading about education, new initiatives, what's going on in other systems, so that you can learn from that and maybe bring it to these meetings. If you get your packet, and we usually do well in advance, you have to truly prepare and understand what those topics are that are in that packet, so that you can intelligently discuss it and ask the right questions at school committee meetings. So people may not realize that I think it takes quite a bit of reading. It takes understanding the topics more than just what's on that page and going behind it.
I think that one of the things that maybe people aren't aware of is that in addition to our responsibilities here in the district, we're also a member of the Mass Association of School Committees. And so when you're first elected as a school committee member, you have to actually attend school committee school. And that's about an 8-hour class called Charting the Course. And then after that, we have an annual conference that we attend, and that's actually coming up in November. I'll be there on the 6th, 7th, and 8th, and I believe it begins on the Wednesday prior. And it's an opportunity for us to go and meet with other school committee members across the state. And each day they offer a variety of panel sessions for us to go and to become more familiar with issues that may be relevant to our districts. In addition to that, we also have an annual meeting in which we will review and vote on several resolutions that have been put forth by the MASC or other school committees across the state as well. And so I think that, as I said, I think that sometimes people think that our work is just here within the district, but oftentimes we're involved with things throughout the state in order to be able to get the best information and bring the best services back to Chelmsford.
Yeah, I think the biggest one right now is we're developing a new strategic plan that's going to guide our work for the next 3 to 5 years. So that's a work in progress. Right now we have some parent surveys that are out there trying to get the opinions of the parents about what's good and bad in the district. There's focus groups that are going to be put together involving the teachers, the students, other stakeholders within the town. We have some public forums coming up in which we'll do some work sessions and see where people see the priorities for the district for.
I'm really looking forward to being part of this strategic plan, because I think it's essential that as a committee and as an administration, we set goals to ensure the students' success and students' well-being. Being new, I'm interested to hear what the community thinks, what teachers think, which all stakeholders think we need to do, whether it's financial support, emotional support, whatever it happens to be, to ensure the most important thing, and that's the well-being and the success of our students, because that's the reason why we're all here. That's the reason why we have the schools. Our sole purpose, with everything else that's going on, our main purpose is what's best for our students. And I'm interested to hear what we need to do as a committee, administration, and a town to ensure that our children succeed.
I think our greatest strength are our students. I mean, we have incredibly wonderful students. Many people want to come and work in our district because our students are well known for how great they are and how much they want to learn. I think we're changing as a community, as every community is. And I think we have to be very aware that in education, It takes all the stakeholders working at their best, top of the line abilities in order to make it great for the student. And so I think another strength we have is we've had some incredible educators who have worked in this system, who continue to work in this system. But things again are changing. And so as a result of that, we need to make sure that not only the students, but also our staff, our teachers, our administrators, everyone who is a part of the whole system really continues to work only for number one, the student.
I believe our district's greatest strength is really the teachers, the people that are in front of the children all the time. At the end of the day, what we're really here for is positive educational outcomes for children. And the people that really bring that to bear are the people that sit in front of the kids every day. I couldn't say enough good things about the teaching staff and the administration and just really all the work they put into our children. In terms of weaknesses, I feel like we could be a little bit stronger in how we communicate in terms of special education. A lot more visibility in how special education works. I believe that's a kind of a blind spot for a lot of parents, and especially parents that are kind of new to the special education system.
I would say that I would rank our district's greatest strength 3 equally: teachers, students, and parents. I think that we are very, very fortunate to have a solid group of staff that come to school and deliver excellent instruction day in and day out. We have a group of students that are really committed to learning and to obtaining the best education that they can possibly obtain, and parents who support both teachers and students' endeavors. And we see this continually through PTO enrichment activities and other activities that happen in the schools that make them a wonderful learning community, and I think that really help enrich the overall experience for all of the students in the town.
Whenever a parent contacts me by email or phone call, I try to direct them to the person that's closest to the problem. So, if there's an issue in the classroom, I would direct them to the teacher. If there's an issue in a particular school, I would direct them to the principal. If it's a larger issue, say with curriculum or special ed, we have administrators that are experts in those areas, and I would direct them there first because it's easier to get something accomplished at those levels. And then if there are any problems after that, it can kind of work its way up the ladder, so that if it comes to us, then at least we know the process everybody's gone through. So just to kind of give people a place to go to and somebody to refer to, and hopefully they can get it resolved at that level.
What we need to become better at as a whole district, I think we need to tell our story a lot better. I don't think we tell it as extensively as we should. When we see great things happen, they should be communicated all over the place. But in addition, we need to just do a better job overall of communications. And it has to happen and be consistent internally within the system and among all the stakeholders in the system, everybody who's working in it, but also to parents and community. Everyone should be part of the entire communication strategy and be very consistent in how that strategy is applied. And that's something I hope to see in these next 2.5 years or so that I have left on the committee, that we continue to strive to make that better and better each time.
Students are students, kids are kids, no matter how much they change, and we're very fortunate that the people we have working throughout the district, from school committee administration, the people who work recess aides, the people who work in the kitchens, the teachers, the nurses, everyone involved. And I know I'm going to leave somebody out, but they care about the students, and I think that's true strength, because I believe that's why, as we were saying earlier, when people leave Chelmsford and go on to college and they start their families, they come back here to raise their families because of the schools and the community.